Hello all. Projects are built for mainly two purposes. One for industrial use case and next for the personal use case. And both of them, if they are not available public or else deployed, makes no sense. Hello all, I'm Mithun and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be beginning a new series where I will be teaching you how to deploy your web applications. Okay, so let's see what's deployment, why should one deploy, and what are the videos lined up in this series. Okay, so first let me write down what is the title of the series. So in this series we'll be learning about deployment. Okay, how can we deploy our applications on the web? Okay, so that is the main intention of this video and the upcoming videos in this series. Okay, so the first question one need to ask is, what is deployment? Okay, so this is the first question you must ask before starting anything. What is the thing? What is the skill you are about to learn? So deployment is simply a way of making your projects which are in your computers or else laptops available for public. Okay, if I say public, sometimes it would be for all the public. It might be a tool which everyone can use, and public sometimes also means that only your employees or else a restricted people. Okay, so this is what I mean by public. Okay, so deployment is a process where you make your softwares or else web applications available for your users or else the public. Okay, so this is deployment. Next is why deployment. Why deployment? So this is also a very important question to be answered. So as I told in the beginning, we have only two use cases of any project. Okay, so there might be many, but if I broadly classify them, they come up to two. One is the industrial use case and next is the personal use case. Industrial use case, why would anyone build a web applications? To serve their clients, to convey some information to their clients. Okay, to convey this information to their clients, it's not enough that developers have that website running on their local machine or else local laptop. They need to deploy that somewhere or else host it in some servers so that their audience can access it. Okay, so this is the first use case. Next comes the personal use case. So personally, we build projects mainly for two reasons. One, to upskill ourselves, and next is to showcase. So this is the main intention, right? If you have the skills, you need to showcase that. Okay, to showcase, you need to deploy this so that any recruiter, any friend, or else if you are interested in joining any startup or else any club, they can access that project. So that is the main intention, right? So that is why we deploy. We deploy our projects to serve our audience or else the public, and next to showcase. Okay, so that is why I am starting this deployment series. I have seen that I majorly focus on students. Okay, so because I see many students telling that I cannot export my files and send it in a zip format, or else sometimes the recruiter might be a non-technical person, right? So they cannot visualize your project. All you can do is that you can just make a screen recording of it and send. That's not the appropriate way. You just need to send a link and they can open and access as you access everyday web pages. Okay, so if Amazon tells that I have this product and I can just send a video of it, will you agree? That's not the appropriate way, right? You need to access that, you need to interact with that, you need to see that. So these all things can be done using deployment. Okay, and next question comes, deployment sometimes is paid premium and sometimes is free. What are we opting for? We will go in the optimal approach, that is everything will be free. So whatever I teach here will be of the free resources and the free platforms. Okay, I have done a thorough research on these platforms, and I will be covering only the free resources or the free platforms where you can deploy your projects on. Okay, next comes, what web apps are we going to deploy? So I will be showing you the deployment of both front-end applications and back-end applications. Okay, so both. Coming to particularly why I segregated back-end is because there was a very well popular platform called as Hostinger which recently stopped their free tier services, and many people got confused like where they can deploy their applications. Yes, platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform are there, but their initial setup is quite time taking and complicated. So I have made a research and bought up with free and easy to set up platforms and I will be showing that. Okay, so first we'll be dealing with front end. So first front end will be going with static apps like HTML and CSS, HTML plus CSS. Okay, so this is the basic of the application, even if a entry level web developer will be building, right? So we'll be showing you, I will be demonstrating you how to deploy these applications with minimal effort and free of cost. Okay, next comes frameworks. There are multiple CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, Tailwind CSS, right? So I'll be covering that with Tailwind CSS, HTML plus Tailwind CSS. Okay, here the basics is covered, here the frameworks is covered. Next comes React. Okay, I will be also covering the React applications and I will be deploying them. Okay, now which platform are we going to deploy these front-end applications? We are going to deploy these applications on GitHub pages. Okay, don't worry if you are not aware of any of this. I will be giving you an in-depth explanations in the upcoming videos. Okay, first comes GitHub pages, next comes Vercel, and next comes Netlify. Okay, we'll be deploying all three categories in these three, except for React we cannot deploy in GitHub pages. Okay, so I will be opting for Vercel and Netlify. Okay, so this is what is the front end part of it. Next comes the back end. In the back end there are two main players which I must talk upon, because entry level or else student level projects are mainly built on these two frameworks. One is Express or Node, you can call Express or Node.js applications, and next comes Flask application. Okay, so I will be deploying these two on a platform called as Render. Okay, Hostinger was the famous one, and next we have multiple players, multiple platforms like DigitalOcean, AWS, but they are not that much cost efficient as well as not that much easy to set up. So we'll be going with Render. Render offers us a minimal CPU which is enough for the entry level or else for testing purposes of enterprise projects. Okay, so this is what we'll be covering throughout this course or else this series. Okay, so we'll be starting from the basics, and now if you ask me what should you all be knowing, so the main thing is that if you want to deploy something, you should have built something. So that's the main prerequisites, or else if you are okay that you are just focusing on the deployment, yes, you are good to go. And next I want you all to have some minimal knowledge of what is Git and GitHub. Okay, so because I will be demonstrating the pipeline first. What pipeline is a sequence of steps what will be following in the deployment. We'll be seeing the pipeline, I will be writing down the pipeline. You can take a screenshot or else you can save the video. Okay, and I will be introducing you all to the platforms. We'll be deploying that, and there is lot more fun in this series. Okay, so I hope you guys had a great time understanding what is deployment, why deployment, and what are we going to do in this particular series. Okay, so yes, get ready. So we'll be starting our deployment series here. Okay, so see you all in the next video. Until then, if you are not yet a subscriber, do subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video and drop a comment. So if you wish that I must even include different technologies, then do comment. I will try that. I will do my research. I will find out what are the best approaches or the best platforms, and I will provide you the videos. Okay, so that's it for today's lecture. I hope you had a great time watching this video, and I will be seeing you all in the next one. Thank you.